सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम सच्चिदानंद रूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। ओम धर्मः प्रोज्झितकैसवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सदां वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनं श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा वरैरीश्वरः सद्यो हृद्यमरुध्यतेऽत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिः तत्क्षणात् नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ओं नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओं योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो श्रीब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो भागवताचार्येभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षिये सूतमहामुनये शौनकादृशिभ्यो अत्रादृशिभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो आदित्यादिनवग्रहदेवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओं श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादश स्कंधः मुक्तिरित्वा अन्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः अथ विंशः अध्यायः। ओम उद्धव उवाच विधिश्च प्रतिषेधश्च निगमो हि ईश्वरस्य ते अवेक्षतेरविन्दाक्ष गुणं दोषं च कर्मणां वर्णाश्रमविकल्पं च प्रतिलोमानुलोमजं द्रव्यदेशवयः कालान् स्वर्गं नरकमेव च गुणदोषभिदा दृष्टिम् अन्तरेण वचस्तव निःश्रेयसं कथं नृणां निषेधविधिलक्षणं पितृदेवमनुष्याणां वेदश्चक्षुस्तवेश्वर श्रेयस्त्वनुपलब्धेऽर्थे साध्यसाधनयोरपि गुणदोषभिदा दृष्टिः निगमात् तेन हि स्वतः निगमेनापवादश्च विदाया इति भ्रमः। श्रीभगवानुवाच योगाः त्रयो मया प्रोक्ताः नृणां श्रेयो विधित्सया ज्ञानं कर्म च भक्तिश्च नोपायोऽन्योऽस्ति कुत्रचितो निर्विण्णानां ज्ञानयोगः न्यासिनामिह कर्मसु तेषु अनिर्विण्णचित्तानां कर्मयोगः तु कामिनां यदृच्छया मत्कथादौ जातश्रद्धस्तु यः पुमान् न निर्विण्णो नातिसक्तः भक्तियोगोऽस्य सिद्धिदः तावत् कर्माणि कुर्वेत न निर्विद्येत यावता मत्कथा श्रवणादौ वा श्रद्धा यावन्न जायते स्वधर्मस्थो यजन्यज्ञैः अनाशीः काम उद्धव न याति स्वर्गनरकौ यद्यन्यन्न समाचरेत् अस्मिन् लोके वर्तमानः स्वधर्मस्थो अनघः शुचिः ज्ञानं विशुद्धमाप्नोति मद्भक्तिं वा यदृच्छया स्वर्गिणोऽप्येतमिच्छन्ति लोकं निरयिणस्तथा साधकं ज्ञानभक्तिभ्याम् उभयं तद् असाधकं न नरः स्वर्गतिं काङ्क्षेत् नारकीं वा विचक्षणः न इमं लोकं च काङ्क्षेत देहावेशात् प्रमाद्यते एतद्विद्वान् पुरा मृत्योः अभवाय घटेत सः अप्रमत्तः इदं ज्ञात्वा मर्तमपि अर्थसिद्धिदं छिद्यमानं यमैनेतैः कृतनीडं वनस्पतिं खगः स्वकेतमुत्सृज्य क्षेमं याति हि अलम्पडः अहोरात्रैः छिद्यमानं बुद्ध्वायुर्भयवेपथुः मुक्तसङ्गः परं बुद्ध्वा निरीहः उपशाम्यति स्वदेहमाद्यं सुलभं सुदुर्लभं लवं सुकल्पं गुरुकर्णधारं मयानुकूलेन नभस्वतेरितं पुमान् भवाब्धिं न तरेत् स आत्मः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम, श्रीभागवत शरणं मम, श्रीसद्गुरु शरणं मम, श्रीसूत शरणं मम, श्रीशुकदेव शरणं मम, श्रीव्यास शरणं मम, श्रीनारद शरणं मम, श्रीकुमार शरणं मम, श्रीब्रह्मा शरणं मम, श्रीविष्णु शरणं मम, श्री परब्रह्म शरणं मम, श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम, शरणं मम, शरणं मम। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हरे मुरारे। हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं। स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्ति रसः, अतः पिबन्तु सद्भाग्याः मामुञ्चितकरचित्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणमेकादशस्कन्धं मुक्तिरहित्वा अन्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ विंशोऽध्यायः। हरि ओम। Salutations to the Lord, entire Bhagavata Acharya Parampara. Because of the importance of these few very sublime thoughts, we were exhaustively, detailedly studying Bhagavan's teachings in this 19th chapter of 11th Skandha of Srimad Bhagavata Mahapurana. Yesterday, we spent sufficient time to deeply feel within ourselves that narakaha tama unnaha, and the increase in the tamaguna is the cause of the naraka. We said one tamaguna is non-activity, because of which we will be so much of in poverty that we suffer like in naraka. And the tamaguna's other expectations are living life like that of rakshasas with all the cruelty. Then that leads really to the naraka lokas, which are mentioned in the fifth skandha visa. Therefore, allow not the tamaguna at all, which is the one leading to the naraka. Better to have a rajoguna, at least it brings us back to manushya loka. And if we can involve in sattvika karmas of upasana adi, we can evolve into the swargadi. After that is over, we come here. And here, when we use sattva for sadhana, that helps us in knowing the truth. That's how let us be clearly understanding these things with our intellect, after listening from the acharyas, gurus, having contemplated or reflected upon it. Then every decision, every action should be taken and done keeping this knowledge, wisdom in mind. That means we are conscious about what is right, and consciously doing what is right. Therefore, consciously we can experience that we are growing, we are evolving in our lives. Then we saw Bandhur Guru Raham Sakhe. So, how beautifully the discussion was yesterday there, that Bhagavan himself, in the form of the Guru, can be the best of the Bandhu. In our life, for all our protections, we need three people. One is Bhagavan himself, second Guru himself, third is Bandhu. Bandhu is mother, father, all your brothers, sisters, your children, and all other relatives, including friends. They are all Bandhu. So without these three, our life will not be easy, comfortable. Now there is one who is all in one. That Guru himself is Guru. Guru himself is Aham Bhagwan said, so Bhagwan is there in him, and Guru also is Bandhu. So if we have Guru in our life and surrender to him, we have all the three. How Guru become Bandhu? Will he help me like all the family members, etc. Wherever it can be done, he'll do. Wherever not, he will train us in such a way that our life is so beautiful that we are made friendly by all the wonderful people with various bandhutva that adds beauty to the life. Without Guru, what will happen? Guru is not there, therefore Jnanam is not there. Guru is Bhagavad Swarupa only. So Guru is not there, therefore Bhagavan is gone away. Guru is not there, then right guidance is not there in our life, how to live. Then all the bandhus also become Shatru, then we suffer. So that way, having fully well thought, till we establish in the truth the necessity of Guru in our life, having recognized so, may we have not only Guru in our life, but total Bhakti, Sharanagati, and every aspect of our worldly life, psychological problems, spiritual life. Let it be according to the guidance we receive from the Guru. Our our need it is we have to approach Guru, we have to ask. Don't wait for the Guru to come. Guru will not come. Guru should not come. If he comes, his value goes away, his tapashakti goes away, we take him for granted. So it is we only, Guru meva abhigachet, we have to go to him. Samit Pani, Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. When we go, because it's our need, when we go, it is his adda. Therefore, we will be more respectful towards him. When we go there, then there is always an inner compulsion for us to follow what he says, and that will be helpful only to us. So in this way, Bandhur Guru Raham Sake Vaisa. Then Gruham Shariram Manusham, we explained yesterday, this best of the place for us to stay is Manusha only, because in this Manusha Sharira as a Manusha alone, we can have the Swarga Sukhas here itself, we can have the Bhugola, so many Sukhas. Here only we can do all the Punya to actually go to Swargadi. Here only we can evolve through our Bhakti Sadhana and enter into the variety of Bhagavad Lokas. From here only we can even have mukti. Therefore, Gruham Shariram Manusham is this meaning Visa. And also we said every Manusha is Devalaya, and in that Manush Deha, whoever is the Jiva is there, that is Devaha. In that way, we are seeing temple of Lord. That Lord's temple is stationary at one place. And all other beings are the mobile temples of Paramatma. Just imagine how beautiful would be that life where everyone we have seen or we are practicing to see as Bhagavan's temple only. Then last one is Gunadhyohi Adhya Uchyate. We saw yesterday. Note down the gunas explained in chapter 12, 13 and of Gita, 16 and 2nd. Even in other texts and Shastra, here also they were told exhaustively. So become rich in those great good sattva qualities. That is a real richness. Wealth adi give all insecurities, fears. But these sadgunas make us more related, more self-respect, more confidence, and these sadgunas will make people around us also happy and loving towards us. Except one or two will always have jealousy, kuchodo, and then what Bhagavan sees us is in only the sadguna. And Bhagavan's krupa in giving us the jnana adi come to us only when we are sadgunavan. With all Durguna, when we go to Guru for knowledge, even though he gives, we will not receive. With all Sadgunas, Guru himself will come in our life, give knowledge, and sees to it that that knowledge becomes functional, knowledge becomes effective, and the effectiveness of knowledge is in knowing the truth and getting liberated from the untruth. All of that is there. Therefore, Guna Adhya Eva Adhya. This point also let us keep in mind. Then we saw Daridro Yahatu Asantushtaha. So, how many times we were discussing about it? All the time observe. Is our heart is filled with contentment with whatever. It's only training. We can make a heart a black hole also, wherein how much ever the things are given to us, still it is unsatisfied and always craving like a beggar, looking outside continuously for somebody's favor or love or help or kuch na kuch. That way we can make our heart. Otherwise, make the heart filled with so much of contentment. Even little bit done by others becomes overflowing, and we give back to them in double the quantity. Whatever the love service they give, because I'm full already, I'm contented. So a contented person, when he receives something, he gives double back to the people. During Diwali in all the North India, the mithaiya ka dabbe, because in everybody's house there are already few dabbas contended. Whatever comes, they freely distribute to the servant, the people at home, to the watchman, to the neighbors. जो कंटेंट है फ्रिज में पड़ा है इतने 10 डब्बे, अब क्या करूं मैं? Don't we do that? So do lot of clothes, anything that's there, contended, we share it with others. So when the contentment is there, not the objectiveness, whether objects are there or not, when we are contented, the contented person has the guts to say no to the inner desires if they crop up, and no to outer people offering also. And one or two very sublime things. Nowadays, we don't discuss about them because they create some fear only, though they are facts. Still, once in a while, we can share. It is what undeservingly, when we either crave something from others or even receive from something from others, even though we didn't ask, but they gave us, that person's papa also comes to us along with that. Therefore, unless I earn it and unless I need it, I should not take anything from others. Most of the time, whatever needs, we should fulfill with our own work. Even what is needed for old age also, when you are young, middle aged, earn it, keep it, don't depend even for a rupee also, even on your children. Then only all your punya will come to you, will stay with you. Others will be kept away. Other means other jivas, their prabhava, their swabhava, and its prabhava disturbing our antakarana. All this we are talking from spiritual standpoint. Spiritually, our mind is so volatile and so connected to the universe that whoever are near and dear, their thoughts, their action, their attitudes continuously influence us. They all we don't know, but it happens. To avoid the negative influence and also only to have positive influence, we should learn not to depend on anything. And even one or two things we take, give them back with other means. Clear off. Like when you give me some dakshina, whatever, I always close my eyes and say, Oh Lord, give them 10 times more. This prayer of mine makes me clear from my debts to you. Otherwise, why should I take from you? I should say no. But whenever I need it, you give, I take. So how to, I can't give the money back, I don't have. So क्या करता मैं भगवान? Give them आरोग्यम, give them bhakti jnanam. So give them all that sadhana good. Bhagwan answers it. So I have no debts with you. One or two more things are what? Anything comes is Bhagwan only has given. More than that, offer it to Bhagwan first and make it purified from any ill thoughts that are there on that. Then whichever is minimum for your life, consume it. Remaining only again do the dhanam and do the time spent in sadhana only. All that are included in a daridraha yahatu asantushtaha. Be santushta and refuse any favors from others. And there we have to be having common sense, not arrogance, self confidence. Really, you can walk, therefore, others are giving lift, you don't, you say no. But I'm not able to walk, I have to go to hospital, somebody is giving ready to take me. That time, ये घमंड नहीं चलेगा. मैं नहीं चाहिए मैं खुद ही जाऊँ मर जाओगे बीच में. Then that is बेवकूफी, मूर्खता. Spirituality is maturity, not मूर्खता, remember. Like have sufficient time, I can walk down. Then I don't need help from others, so say no to them. Unnecessary favor it is. But I need, I is giving, you take it. You can ask and take also, and you can compensate it other way. Remember दो तीन चीजें, एक क्या है ऑनेस्ट होना ही है, दूसरा जीना है हमको, थर्ड क्या है जीते हुए साधना करना है. तो being honest, living to do sadhana, for that whatever minimum is required, we can take it from people. If they give, in fact, God only gives to them. Other than that, asantushti kavi nahi hona. You will be very rich if there is santushti. If that contentment is not there, daridra. His fears is always with that disappointment, that dejection, always in that feeling of dukkha कि मुझे ये नहीं मिला, वो नहीं मिला, उसने ये नहीं दिया, वो नहीं दिया. Baba, please come out of that. Very, very dirtiest thing it is. We should go come out of it as early as possible. See Gurudev's life. How many people have troubled him, cheated him, left him for various reasons. He was never asantushta. He said 1 second he remembers his drop, he is always in contentment. Isn't it? What is around us? Look at that, be contented. देखो, एक और एक कंटेनमेंट, हम जिंदा है वही कंटेनमेंट के लिए एक कारण होना है. सेकंड इज व्हाट माय लॉर्ड इज विथ मी, व्हाट मोर आई नीड. इज इट नॉट? कैन देयर बी एनी बेटर तृप्ति दैट आई हैव माय लॉर्ड विथ मी, आई रिमेंबर हिम, आई नो ही लिसन्स टू मी, and he knows that I don't want anything from him than that pure love which I give him. And for my survival and all, he eats a small thing for him, he anyway takes care. So contentment born out of Bhagavan, bhakti, contentment born out of the wisdom, contentment born out of living in limitations as well as minimum things we have to have. Minus contentment, there is craving. That leads to a feeling of daridrata. So daridraha to asantushtaha. How much ever you give him, he will not say, he will again and again say, our Veda, our Veda, our Veda. Train your children in contentment. Wonderful it is. Some people I know, they are happy with 40, 30,000 जो भी salary है. Others are, coffee नहीं है 3 lakh, 4 lakh. They jump from one company to the other. And nowhere they are getting promotions and all. Quickly only they get retired. And everywhere they get a bad name only. Every 3 months they ask for the hike of salary and all. If you deserve it genuinely, you ask. If to your worth is not there, go to other job. That's all common sense. You should not allow the company also to squeeze you. That is their papa. But otherwise, that greed inside, non-contentment inside, should not make us look like a daridra. Okay? Nenu visa guneshu asakta dhihi ishaha. Guneshu means all the vastus are satirasik tamasic gunon se bane hai. When our buddhi is not attached to them, he is called as Ishvara. He is the one who is a master of his own life. Guneshu asakta dhihi ishaha. So guna is sattva guna. Sattva guna is jnanam. Guna is rajaguna. Rajaguna is all the activities and results of it. Guna is tamaguna. Tamaguna is dravya and object. Asakta is the one is not at all conditioned by any one of them in his conscious understanding that they are not permanent, they should depend on me, or I should master them, I should not depend on them. This intellectual understanding resulted anasakti is called Ishwaratva. Dhi ki baat kare ya. Dhi means understanding. Asakta Dhihi is with the understanding, non-attachment with the things which are created of these three gunas. He is Ishvara. Otherwise, what will happen? When you are in the Sattva Guna, you gain Jnanam, we become arrogant to show that Jnanam. Or more Jnanam than this, then we have, if others have, we may have the jealousy. That means we are asakta to the buddhi and it's a Sattva Guna of the Jnana. जितना है उतना है. अब now when I talk on Bhagavad, there are many great Mahatmas who know 100 times more than me, 1,000 times more, even more. No, I cannot have jealousy. I may try to learn more and more, but I need not worry about it. For my evolution, what is required, I try to gain, my Lord, my Guru will give me. That's called non-attachment with the Sattva Guna. But keep on gaining Jnana. So too, what is the Rajaguna attachment? Continuously valuing the Kama Krodha in the mind and acting according to that only. The total personality would be different only. The one who is in a Rajaguna, I want this, I want that. If you have attachment, then people won't allow you. See, such a common everyday experience it is. To your house, two guests come. Both of them sitting for food. One fellow says, nahi, 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 bus. What do you feel like? You feel like giving him more. Other fellow, our love, kehta hai. Whether he's needing or hungry, whatever. What do you feel like? We don't feel so happy with it. उसको कम ही देते हैं. That's how the nature works. That because of Rajoguna, when we crave more, people stop valuing us. Don't be asakta to that, the Rajoguna in the mind of activity and some bhoga enjoyment. So to Guneshu asakta, the Tamoguna is all the vastus and dravya and attached to a sofa and sitting there like a buffalo and commanding from others because you are elder of the family, because sometime in the past you helped them, and they also out of obligation, Dadaji, lelo, karke karte hai. That is Tamoguna asakta. But I am very happy to know that none of these my audience are tamoguni at least. Nobody depends on anyone. I can remember all of you, your face, your dynamism. None of you are tamasic. Thank God, एक तो पास हो गए. राजसिक भी कम हो रहा है. द क्रेविंग्स. सो टू द सत्व गुण पहले आना चाहिए. सत्संग करके ज्ञान पाते हुए उससे भी ज़्यादा अटैच नहीं होना. सो दिस कॉल्ड ईशः. He is the Ishvara, he is a Swami, he is a Prabhu, he is a master. Then Guna Sangaha, as I said just now, the one who is Sangha with Guna, such person is called Viparyaha, not the Ishvara, but he is a slave. Ishvara is a master. Then the slave, other one is the, what is it? Dasaha, or whatever you call the word, is a slave. गुलाम कहते हैं उर्दू में. हमें ईश्वर बनकर ही रहना है. ठीक है. सो गुणेशु असक्त धी ईशः गुण संग विपर्य एत उद्धवते प्रश्नाः सर्वे साधु निरूपिता. भगवान himself says to all your questions, nirupita means nischayana rupita means your questions are formatted and the answers also properly formatted and sadhu very beautifully and kept. By saying sadhu nirupitaha, Bhagavan says to get the answers to your question, you don't need to go anywhere. Best of the answers I myself gave. These only you have to repeatedly contemplate and get the gist, essence of it. Practice and make your life beautiful. Sadhu nirupita. Nobody can do better than this. And I myself cannot improve upon that. Like in Gita also, Bhagavan says, I can't speak better than this. I spoke the best in me to you. That Gita and here is Bhagavat mein, whatever he taught to Uddhavji is the best and ultimate. It is improvised edition. It cannot be improved further. That's called as Sadhu Nirupita. Sadhu means what? Wholeheartedly. Sadhu means completely. Sadhu means unambiguously. Sadhu means out of love to you. Nirupita. क्योंकि you also asked to sadhu bhava se. You didn't ask to check me or question me. You are genuine that you want to know the answer for your own practice and improvement. And you are also genuine that these answer can be put as a book, maybe by VYASA later on. Others can also use. So in your prashna, there is sadhutva. However, in my uttara also, there is sadhutva. With all love, kindness, concern, completely, unambiguously, highest way, I have answered you all your questions. हो गया. नाउ किम वर्णितेन बहुना लक्षणम गुण दोषयोः. गुण दोषों के लक्षणों का कितना वर्णन करते जाए. देयर इज नो एंड. यू आस्क ओनली फ्यू. देयर आर हंड्रेड्स मोर दोस कैन बी डिस्कस्ड. But do that sometime to eliminate the dosha from you and involve in the guna. But at a higher level, all guna dosha belong to the upadhis. We have to have the goal of Paramatma is guna dosha atita. So guna is sattva guna, dosha is rajo tamo guna. Is it not? So sattva guna, rajo tamo dosha guna. Beyond that is Paramatma. He's called gunatita. When you have the goal is gunatita, therefore after certain time, even above this also you have to transcend. Guna dosha drushihi eva dosha. From the ultimate sadhana standpoint, the drushti of saying this is guna, this is the dosha, the drushti of saying this is guna, is dosha, itself is dosha. ये बंदा अच्छा है या बुरा है. शुरुआत में अपने आप को बुरे से बचने के लिए अच्छे से फायदा उठाने के लिए करना है. But at the higher level, nobody is good, nobody is bad. Good, bad are only at the upadhi level, which are uncertain. The baddest, worst person also, when his gunas change, he can become the best person. The best person also, if it is in prarabdha, he can also become the worst. But I am seeing in both good and in good and bad person, the same divinity playing there. That's why I see in movies, almost all the heroes, little later, they are taking up the roles of villains only. Or villains become comedians in all cine industry. Now, what is he then? Neither he is hero nor villain nor is a comedian. He is beyond. Is it not? You can say hero is Satoguna, comedian Rajoguna, villain is Tamoguna. But in all the three roles, the one who played is somebody else. In the same way, in all good and bad, the play is somebody. It can be a scorpion or a snake biting and infusing poison. It can be the ambrosia giving, sweet nectarine result giving anything. In both of them, I am seeing only my Bhagavan. हाँ, व्यवहार में दोष से बचते रहना, गुणों का अपनाते रहना, दैट्स ओके। बट डोंट, दृष्टि मत रखो हमेशा ये अच्छा बुरा है, ज्यादा मत सोचना। एंड वंस यू बिकम वेदांति ना, एंड बाय योर लक इफ यू गेट अ गुड गुरु who teaches you the truth in a more beautiful, most beautiful manner, you yourself will see you will rise above both good or bad. Is it not? Now, in your own house, you have your own children, daughters, anybody go daughter-in-law, so they are very, sometimes by their nature and your prarabdha may not be so good. But slowly, when you will listen to Vedanta and all, you become so gambhira, so expanded, कि सब बचपना है, क्षमा कर। And you pray to the Lord, to that jiva, give that maturity, that jiva becomes asset to that person and also to the others. In that time, at that time, you are prayerful, bhakta and sadhaka, and you are not minding. See the doctor. When patients come, he doesn't see the negative in them. He rectifies him. And when the patient is healthy, doctor feels happy and sends. He has no hatred towards anyone. इसमें गुण दोष दृष्टि ही दोष है. Feel that. So from now onwards, to stop passing judgments and giving opinions about good or bad. Everything is divine. Everything is divine. एंड गुण दोषों का भी समय समय से बदलता है। एक खाने की चीज़ एक समय में गुण है, बट वही बीमारी आती है तो दोष होता है। वो चीज़ अदरवाइज जो दोष होता है कभी कभी गुण होता है वही। These are all temporary and fluctuating things. Whatever, Bhagavan having said all the explanations, all definitions have been given as asked by Uddhavji, but finally he says, my dear, you asked this question, but this is silly. What diversion you have done to what a jnanam I was giving you about bhakti and jnanam. You are just asking me about all these values. ऐसे फेंक दो, बहुत हो गया उसका। गुण दोष दृषि दोष, गुण तो उभय वर्जित। Real guna is rising both of above both of them. How do you rise? As I said, when you know the divinity which is functioning through both of them. Now this as if either hurt Uddhava, his ego, or he might have felt that his intellect or mind could not digest this point by Lord. And in future also, when they listen to this point, people may get confusion. He says, why not? Let me get the clarity from the Lord Himself, because the doubt came from His own sentence. सारे गुण का वर्णन करके नरकः तमोन्नाः स्वर्गः is सत्वगुणः, all that he said, and says finally, remember the final point, कि दृष्टि of this is guna, that is guna itself is dosha. Then the one who lives life dropping the value given to both guna dosha and only sees the divine in them, he is the real gunavanu. That is real guna. Like a mother, she doesn't do guna and dosha. Both are my children. If she tries to rectify at practical level the dosha yukta child, and guna yukta she will encourage. But in her heart, that biasness is not there. Then this is such a explanation, though from the absolute truth standpoint it is valid, correct, but from vyavahara level it creates a doubt. अरे दोनों को समान करो देखो, तो then why all the scriptures have come? Why in the 80% of all the scriptures, 80% is talked only about giving up dosha yukta jivanam and taking up guna yukta jivanam? And all those shastras are your own expression. And we have to live life according to shastras, which are your expression. Now you say you drop both guna dosha vyavahara. It's confusing because we were holding to the shastra which has explained to us what is guna and dosha. And we are dropping guna, we are using dosha, we are dropping dosha, practicing the gunas. Suddenly you say guna dosha drushti dosha hai, and you have to drop both of them. No, it appears that we are setting a wrong trend, that not valuing anything as good or bad. Is it not? It will be very confusion. So that becomes a basis for Uddhavji to ask question. As I said, he might have felt, मैंने जब भगवान को इतने प्रश्न पूछा, वो उसको जवाब दे के मैंने सोचा he will appreciate me. Wow, what a wonderful questions Uddhav you asked. Instead of appreciation, we say, Pagal question pucha, guna dosha drushti dosha hai, guna to ubhayavarjita. But Lord was kind. He did not say it in the beginning and reject questions. He answered all of them and at the end said, Beta bata to diya, but your vision should be something beyond. The gunas only are working at the upadhi level. Then he might have got hurt. Bhagavan aisa kya ki chodo dono. Or he must have thought, let it be clear. What is clarity? And all youngsters ask this question. Whenever you tell about some good values to them, he says, हमें तो उसमें मुश्किल होता है, हमें मजा नहीं आता. But these bad things we enjoy, we're doing. Why do you stop when we have to live life joyfully? Then we should be able to give all answers. And when no answer works, we should be able to give one answer to ourselves. What is that? I will leave that fool. He doesn't want to listen. तुम्हारी मर्जी मर जा. ऐसे कहने को भी आना चाहिए हमको. मर जा means get lost. What can I do? What did Vibhishana do to Ravana? He gave all the knowledge, wisdom. If that fellow doesn't listen, he says, you go to hell with all your actions. I am going to Ram. Same Vidura also did. He explained so much to brother, his own brother, Duryodhana अपने भतीजे को भी कहा, दुर्योधन को, to Dhritarashtra also. But they didn't listen. He said, go away, well, I will go. So these questions answered by Lord Krishna in the next one gives a higher quality, higher evolutionary answers. At the empirical level, to stop ourselves from falling, which is caused by the dosha, we have to drop them and come to the guna so that we become stable. But guna dosha both keep us only in the samsara. It is endless. We have to rise above samsara. In that above level, only pure Paramatma is there. None of this. Therefore, these also have to be transcended. So, Gunadosha Varjanam is like Bhagavan says in Gita 18 chapter, Sarva Dharman Paritejya. देखो सर्व अधर्मों को परित्यज्य कहो, it is acceptable universal. सर्व धर्मों को परित्यज्य कहो, that's the end of the Gita. As if he is contradicting what he spoke throughout the chapter. The whole Gita is for dharma only, no? It's a dharma suchaka grantha. Arjuna, you are a kshatriya, you have to do the yuddha, which is your dharma. धर्म बताने के लिए आया वाला टेक्स्ट कंक्लूजन धर्म को छोड़ो ऐसा आता है. There should be a confusion, no? Then that is answered immediately. Mam ekam sharanam. Because your goal is not dharma, dharma. They're all in the worldly life only. That is where Achiketa also anyatra dharmat, anyatra dharmat. That's what everywhere it comes. Now today we will see Dasharath ji, sorry, our Vasishtha ji speaks to Bharat ji in Adhyatma Ramayana. Everywhere we saw, when you do Dharma Punya, go to Swarga but come back. When you do Baba, go to Naraka but come back. Do both of them equal way, you are on the earth. But do sadhana, you realize that's possible only as a human being. Therefore, focus on that. Please remember now only. Be good, be kind, be loving. Up to certain time. Once you become Vairagi and no attachment to the world, nothing is expected to the world, and your mind is craving for more and more spiritual sadhana and all that, even good also you have to drop. There's nothing like that. All are temporary. You have to pull your mind from all this and focus and merge in the truth. Don't try to be good also after certain time. That's okay. शौक है कुछ समय के लिए. But क्या है good bad दोनों इसी दुनिया में है. Paramatma. Now that's how the 20th chapter starts with Uddhavaji's systematic questioning. Let us say that Om iti Srimad Bhagavat Mahapurane Srimad Bhagavate Mahapurane Paramamsam Samitayam Ekadasha Skandhe Ekonavimshodhyayah Samaptaha Sarvam Sri Krishna Chandra Charana Arvinda Arvanamastu Om Sri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha Srimad Bhagavata Mahapuranam Ekadasha Skandha Muktirhitva Anyatha Rupam Sarupena Vyavastitihi Adha Vimshodhyayah Uddhava Uvacha. Uddhava is Prashna. 4 shlokas he uses for that. 5. Bhagavan gives answer. Now, Uddhava Uvacha. Ravindaksha, Lord, lotus eyed, is vocative. Sambodhana. He says, Vidhicha Pratishedhacha. Vidhi, that is to be done. This is called as gunas. Pratishedaha should not be done, avoided, that is dosha. Nigamaha, that is what is Shastra all about. Nigam means conclusion, summary. Then all conclusion summary of the noblest life is codified by Lord and Rishi Munis in the form of Shastra. So Nigamanam, that's why. Nigamanam is the final conclusion, arrived at. नतीजा क्या है ना, वोटिंग नतीजा, व्हाट मीनिंग नतीजा? नतीजा मतलब लोग किसको पद में देखना चाहते हैं, ये संख्या की बात नहीं है। नतीजा का अर्थ वहां क्या नतीजा निकला, मतलब क्या है? दैट नतीजा इज both what you have done in the past, what promises you made in your manifesto for future, what is its effect on the public. That natija is in the term form of you are elected. That's called nigamanam. Nigamanam means what? There, therefore, public have trusted you, they have given you the chance for years to serve them. That is the nigamanam. Not that I won the election. What did I won? That you useless. Winning not election, winning the hearts of people. People are very intelligent nowadays. They are so shrewd, they observe. They will push you down in such a way that you will never come up again. Is it not? Those days are gone. Up to this 2010 तक चला वो, अब आगे नहीं चलेगा. Even the ruling party, whoever, how much ever they good, if people observe something missing, they will not vote you. You see in Punjab, everywhere it is so. So anyway, point is nigamam. Nigamam is conclusion. Conclusion of what is the best life. Codified, put in the form of words. It's called a Shastra. And that Shastra therefore conclusively says what is guna, what is dosha. The guna as vidhi, dosha as pratishedha. Vidheyatmaka is to be practiced and lived. Nishedhatmaka not to be practiced, to be rejected. So vidhi nishedha are compulsions based on dosha, guna and dosha. And that's what is given in all Shastras, Nigamanam. And every Shastra, though expressed through some other Rishi Muni, finally they were the medium. It is your own guidance, is it not? Your own wisdom. Because you are the Sarvagnya, you are the ruler of the world, you are the maker of the world, you are the one protector of the world. Therefore, all Guna doshas, called as Vidhi Praseda, are given in Shastra. They are all given by you only. So you only gave them, and now you only contradicting it. That sort of question by Uddhavji. So Vidhi Pratishedaha cha Nigamaha. This is one sentence. Shastra means to do, not to do. And this Nigama is Te Ishwarasya. It is your own walk speech. All Shastras are Bhagavad Mukha only, no? Purusha Nishwasitam, they are said. भगवान के मुख से निकले हैं, निश्वास से निकले हैं. So your own Shastras given by you only say about Vidhi and Pratisheda. So we must have the opinion about this is Guna, therefore Vidhi, this is Dosha, it is Nisheta. Now in the earlier sloka or last sloka of earlier one, you said Guna Dosha Drushti itself is Dosha. And you said Ubhaya Varjita is Guna. How are you contradicting? I want the answer clarity. So I am explaining my understanding of so far, that you are there, you guide us, you bless us. You guide, bless us when we follow you, and you are following you is by following Shastra, because you have expressed all your ways, all the way of living through Shastra. And in that, Guna and Dosha or Vidhi and Pratisheda are there. So, Avekshate Aravindaksha. Aravindaksha, that is how it is seen. And Gunam Dosham cha Karmanam. In practice also, in front of our own eyes, we see कर्म का गुण भी, गुणवान कर्म भी है, दोषयुक्त कर्म भी है. What you said in Shastra is theory. Now, if that is only theory, non-practical, at least we could have gone with your opinion. But what you said in theory, in Shastra, that there is Vidhi and Pratisheda, is practical also, that if somebody does Pratishedatmaka karma, he is getting the dukkha out of that. And Vidhyatmaka karma, when he is doing, he is getting the result of it. So avekshate means it is practically seen also. Is it not? No, right food you take, it is a guna, then you can get the energy, and all no poison you take, it is dosha. We are seeing the result of that karma of eating good food, giving result of energy, and eating poison, giving result of death. Like that, how many guna dosha yukta? Like love someone vocally by tender loving words, that is a guna yukta speech. Speaking is a karma. So that speaking karma guna yukta, that you spoke lovingly, respectfully. Uska phal mila ki nahi, that he also reciprocates. And you become angry and scold and someone abused. That is dosha yukta shabda. फिर उसका फल उसने भी डांट गाली दिया कि नहीं. पहले वाले एग्जाम्पल से दोस्ती और भी थिक हो गई, तो दूसरे वाले से बिगड़ गई दोस्ती. So what you said theoretically as vidhi nisheda, practically also proved through vidheyatmaka karma when you do positive result, nishedatmaka karma when you do dukkha. Therefore vidhi pratisheda yukta guna dosha yukta karma is very much practical, very much said in shastra, given by you, my lord. Objection is raising to the point what Lord said in the earlier chapter toward the end. And what's Bhagavan's point? Bhagavan's point is they're all temporary, they're intermediate, they're all means, they're all path, they're not the goal. From that loftiest standpoint. Like in Mandukya, you and I are studying, for us it is easy to understand Guru or Acharya or Shastra or Satsanga, Shravana, Manana, how much important they are. So much important they are when we are in the beginning stage of sadhana. But as we are nearing to the truth self, the same things which were part of helping us, now they are part of the Dvaita, therefore we have to transcend them also. They are all upaya, no? Upadeshad ayam vala, and upaya sa avataraya. But later on, nanirodho na chatpati, even the Guru Shastra Satsanga also obstructions. So, from the loftiest final standpoint, even this Dvaita also has to be transcended. But at the practical level, we need to take guidance of them. So, like Manduka Karikakara, here Krishna also said in the conclusion of earlier chapter, कि दृष्टि गुणदोष के परे होना चाहिए. But Uddhava like people, all of us are at the lower level. तो हमको लगता है भाई गुण छोड़ दो तो हम फंस जाएंगे. Is it not? दोष में रहेंगे तो हम दुखी हो जाएंगे. So he has got caught up at that. That's correct for him. But he should visualize the higher also. Slowly should climb to that higher level. Higher level is Guna Dosha Atita Sthiti. So Avekshate Aravindaksha. Then Gunam Dosham Cha Karmanam. गुण का कर्म दोषयुक्त कर्म गुणयुक्त कर्म कैन बी विजुअलाइज विद आई आल्सो. उसका रिजल्ट भी हमको दिखता है. एंड द बेस ऑफ दैट ओनली शास्त्रास आर देयर. Shastras are given by Rishi Muni and through them you only spoke. So how to drop? Because when Gunadosha Drushti is dropped, Shastras are dropped. Then Vidhinishedhatmaka discipline is dropped. Then everybody lives life according to their own whims and fancies. It is like गांव गलियों में no traffic lights, no traffic police, no traffic rule. Therefore बैलगाड़ी भी आएगी, टू व्हीलर भी जाएगा, साइकिल भी आएगा, बच्चा को खेलते हुए जाएगा, और माता जी को सब्जियां लेकर जा रही है. You can see that in big cities. ऐसे होता है. Yesterday day before I was traveling somewhere. What a chaotic traffic, I tell you. मैंने कहा यार जल्दी एक कार खरीद जो हवा में उड़ने वाली है. जैसे फिर वहां भी लोग पैसे ही वाले निकलेंगे खरीद कर कार, वहां भी जाम हो जाएगा. But in very highly evolved societies, the traffic may be hundreds, thousands, but then when they are following the rules, traffic, smoothly it goes on. Isn't लाल बत्ती हो गई, सब रुक गए, दूसरे निकल रहे. You understand the difference between Shastra following and not following. Everybody does whatever they want. If the Shastric injunction is not there, in general about the entire life, in particular about small aspects of life, हर एक का गुणदोष होना चाहिए. गुणदोष है उसके अनुसार जीना चाहिए. So he says, not only that varna ashrama vikalpam, देखो 4 ashramas and 4 varnas and their lakshanas according to gunas, sattva stama, and according to those gunas, those brahmana kshatriyas dharma, वैश्य शूद्र का और अधर्म, ये सब पक्का है, दिया है आपने. यू मेंशन इन द शास्त्र एंड दे वर्क आल्सो. शुद्ध सत्व गुण में जो है very less rajas, very less tamas is called as Brahmana. Rajoguna is more predominant, sattva next to it, tamas is less, is called as Kshatriya. Tamas is predominant, but sattva is second, and rajas is third, is called as Vaishya. Tama is predominant, very less rajas, very less sattva, is called as Shudra. This is how the division. Therefore, when he is called, he comes and does the work, and whatever is given, he eats and sleeps. That's how this Shudra's way of life. Vaishyas, they have tamas means their attention is always on the wealth and all. But they have the Rajoguna in them that they act. Then, but they also have the Sattva of doing some good action here and there. ना कभी किसी के पास कुछ है ही नहीं तो माफ कर देते हैं वाइश्य क्षत्रिय रजोगुण ये करो वो करो पालन करो वो करो ये करो बट नेक्स्ट टू इट वाज सत्वगुण कि आई मस्ट टेक केयर ऑफ ऑल वेरी लेस दे हैव रेस्ट टू टेक देयरफॉर लेस सत्व तमोगुण brahmanas are sattva everybody is welfare that is only through wisdom that's only through upasana they were only on that they focus once in a while they become rajoguni तमोगुण कम होना है ब्राह्मण में होना ही नहीं चाहिए now according to that all the gunas शमोदमस्तप शौचम क्षांतिरार्जमेव च ज्ञान विज्ञानमास्तिक्यं ब्रह्मकर्म स्वभावजम शौर्यं तेजो धृतिर्दाक्षं विद्ये चाप्य पलायनं दानमीश्वर भावस्य वैश्यकर्म स्वभावजम परिचर्यात्मकं कर्म शास्त्रकर्म स्वभावजम कृषि गौरक्ष वाणिज्यम वैश्यकर्म स्वभावजम परिचर्यात्मकं कर्म शूद्रस्यापि गीता and in Bhagavata 4 chapters back we saw. So varnashrama vikalpam. Then pratiloma anulomajam. Pratiloma anulomajam was not that much there in Krita and Treta. It started in Dwapara Yuga and in the Kali to Satyanash sab kuch. What pratiloma anuloma means? The cross mixing of these varnas. In the pure immaculate periods of that time of Satya and Treta Yuga, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Brahmana say Vivaha Adi. Kshatriya, Vaishya, Vaishudra. Slowly from this, the third kala of Dwapara Yuga, confusions bad gaye. And in the final Kali Yuga mein, so nobody looks at this Varna Vyavastha at all. And I can't talk much on that, neither comment, because who is ready to listen to the Shastric way of practicing? No, everybody talks in terms of what grossly seen, what immediately benefits. Is it not? They have good salary and they understand each one's minds. No, but you don't see the Vamshachara, the Kulachara, and the subsequent generations with their great quality. और ये सब आप दृष्टि में नहीं रखोगे तो then you only look at the very gross level and all the varna vyavastha is destroyed. That is called pratiloma anuloma. Brahmana marrying Vaishya, Brahmana marrying Kshatriya. Nowadays the Shudra. अब क्या करें? Very gambhira. Now because of that only the entire coming generations are confused. Therefore sometimes they act like Brahmana, some like Vaishya, some like Shudra. वो confused ही life कोई system ही नहीं है. In all these bargain, the real evolutionary aspect is totally gone. Evolution from Shudra to Kshatriya, Vaishya to the Kshatriya to Brahmana. Brahmana also is for what? To know that Paramatma. वो पूरा मन से जा रहा है and they are not the individual, that is their prakriti, but prakriti is not independent of individual, it expresses through or in the individual only. So this is called pratiloma anuloma and that pratiloma anuloma का भी शास्त्रों में कोई वर्णन है कि if a brahmana male marries the kshatriya female, brahmana female should never marry anyone other than brahmana male. That is a pakka rule. Then only the pure Brahmana Vamsha remains. Nahi to Satyanash. That's how these dirty Muslims and all, they do all this jihad love and all that nonsense. They aim at Brahmana girls only. I have seen 3-4 of them. Could not stop that. The Rakshas, so much And then with all temptation, everything, he made that girl marry. Immediately, she eloped only. After Janava, Turant, Nikalo Bindi, Brahmana girl. Then Burkha pehna ke, I know, I can't explain that to you. आंखों में पानी. She got infatuated by that person's all the words and all. And for them, like animals only, they marry four, five, six, and there's no that type of thing, no? How to destroy Hinduism is the only way, only purpose they have. I have seen the way I'm saying with full authority of information, seen live. बिना ऐसा क्यों बोलते हम जस्ट लाइक दैट शास्त्र पढ़ते हुए झूठ तो नहीं बोलना चाहिए देखा so that's how they target you protect all your children from all those nonsense so varna प्रतिलोमानुलोमजम then द्रव्य देश वय कालान देखो according to kala according to the vayah according to the desha where you stay in dravya the karma also is decided. These are all exhaustively given in our dharma shastras. है ना the karma which we have to do depending on dravya desha vayah kala. Vayah means depending on your age and the person in front of you. Like a 15 years person, an 80 years old man, he cannot comment on him or joke on him. That vaya you have to keep in mind. No, somebody did, you have gone to do that consolation. Suddenly वहाँ कोई जोक बोल के हंसना नहीं चाहिए. That is a परिस्थिति अलग है वहाँ देश. No, देश द्रव्य वयः काल के हिसाब से कर्म. Every action, every time it is not valid. That's why many things which we do in India, you can't do in the US all those nations. हम तो कहीं भी कागज जैसे फेंक सकते हैं. इंडिया में कर सकते हैं मतलब करते हैं. आजकल वो भी ठीक हो गया है, हो रहा है. But in foreign countries, the biggest crime. You can't loudly sneeze also there. Excuse me, you have to say there. Otherwise they'll not excuse. It is like a big sin. Therefore, पाप किया मैंने मेरे को माफ करो. Excuse me means that only. Sneezing in India, धूम धड़ाके they do the sneezing and all. There's so many things you can't do in public there. वहाँ नहीं जमता वो. There the parents cannot scold children. They'll put a case in, put my parents behind bars. They do it also. इन इंडिया बेटे का 50 साल हो गए फिर भी पापा पीटते रहते हैं ना ये सुधरे ना वो सुधरे और तमाशा चल ही रहा है. What a joy in India. So, like that, Dravya. I Dravya also. Everything won't work everywhere. You know, karma. You can't have a hot tea in the afternoon of summer. There you take the Dravya of cool drink only. So too, you can't have sharbat cold drink in the peakest of the winter. The Dravya ka hai, coffee, chai, garam garam. You understand? Karma depends on Dravya Desha Vaya Kala. Then Swargam Narakam Evacha. Even Swarga Naraka Nishchaya also depends on the karma done by you depending on Dravya Desha Vaya Kala. Like in the war, you kill others, you get Swarga. Not war, but in another selfish purpose. You kill other person, you go to Naraka. अरे दोनों killing ही है, but the condition is different there. There to protect the frontiers you did. Therefore you go to Swarga. है ना स्वर्गद्वारम अपावृतम भगवान says to Arjuna, you are fighting for dharma, even if you are killed, open door for heaven it is, you are welcomed there. I believe all who are fighting in Ukraine for Ukraine's protection, they all will get स्वर्ग only. अपने देश के प्रेम के लिए जो लड़ रहे. दूसरे जो अटैक कर रहे हैं अग्रेसर्स, डेफिनेटली दे गो टू नरक. I believe in Russia, the army themselves will refuse fighting if it continues for some more days. Because they are also dying in hundreds and thousands. That will be a big lesson for the entire future. That slowly, steadily, the whole world will understand the harm created by the arm and ammunition and aggression and attack. Because one button, whole world will be destroyed. Then all these himsa and coveting others' land, they go away. Everybody will make their borders properly. Their mutual helps, they may live healthily for 1,000 years. That's what going to happen. I am not going to be there long, but we can visualize it. In one place, one hadsa of this time will train or educate the entire. And that also conditional. The entire mass, if they are ready. That's how all the rishis, munis, gurus are trying their best, and they will take, as long as they are speaking now for next 10 years, this example of Ukraine. We are taking almost every day in every class. So that has become an example for us to teach so much. So to Corona, in the beginning of Corona, and yes, 2 years back, every day we were praying for people. We were also talking, taking the example only Corona. In fact, our morning ABCD inspiration classes started from the Corona lessons only. It teaches Patham. Anyway, the point is what? Swarga Naraka. Then Gunadosha Bhida Drushtim Antarena. Tava Vachaha. Nishresam Khatam Runam. Nisheda Vidilakshanam. So, Uddhava is very intelligently telling Lord, please correct your sentence. Either withdraw your sentence of give up Gunadosha Drushti, or withdraw all the Shastras and allow us to live licentiously. But you yourself don't contradict your own words and confuse us. You gave Shastra, whose simple direct meaning is गुण दोष से के अनुसार जीवन जीना. ये गुण है, दोष है, शास्त्र में लिखा है. And तस्मात् शास्त्रम प्रमाणन्ते, you said. Now to me you said just 5 minutes back that गुण दोष दृष्टि ही दोष है. दोनों को छोड़ दो, उभय वर्जिता. So he says कि तव वचः, your words, that are scriptures. And what is there in your scriptures? Guna dosha bheda drushti. In that drushti is there of guna and dosha. Bheda drushti hai. Isko guna, isko dosh कहते हैं. And nisheda vidlakshanam. When it is guna, it is vidhyatmaka. The dosha is nishedatmaka. Antarena, without those two things of nishedha vidhi, which are guna dosha, which are given in Shastra, which is your own vachana. Without those two, Nishresam Katham Runa. How can a human being slowly evolve to the higher? Is it not? One pulls you lower, one takes to the higher. That which takes to higher is guna, other which takes you low is dosha. Therefore, only when you leave the dosha and take up guna, you are going towards Nishresam. Is it not? And how one can achieve? Means one will not have both to guide and inspire or to assure about what is higher or what is lower. कोई स्टैंडर्ड ही नहीं रहेगा. So tava vachaha, your words called scriptures, katham nishreyasa karam, how it will give nishreyasa, your words of scriptures. Why? Because in your own scriptures, gunadosha and vidhi prasada are given, and you say you give it up. Katham nishreyasa karam. Or how a person can become nishreyasa or mukta without scriptures which indicate gunadosha and vidhi nisheda. Which are your words? Of course. Tava vacha, by saying that tumne hi kahana, like that Uddhava is coaxing him. Because all Shastras are Purusha Nishvasitam. Remember, all Shastras are from Paramatma only. They are not independent. That he is going to talk again in the next line. He says, now, Pitrudeva Manushyanam. Pitru, for the Pitru Devatas, Deva, Devatas, Manushyanam, Manusham ko bhi, Vedaha, Tava Vedaha, Chakshuhu. Hey Ishvara, vocative Ishvara, for all the human beings, Pitru Devatas and Devatas also, how to live, how to evolve. For that, Veda is the Chakshu, the knowledge, which is given by you, which is expression of you. Then Shreyaha tu Anupalabdhe Arthe, Sadhya Sadhanayoh api. ठीक है, फॉर गेनिंग द श्रेयस ऑल्सो मीन्स व्हाट? पितृलोक, देवलोक, मनुष्य लोक में कौन जाता है, कौन सा कर्म करने वाला, ये जो लिखा है वेद में, वो आपने ही दिया. सो टू श्रेय, Even to reach to the Shreyas of moksha, the Tava Vachaha called as Veda alone is Pramanam. Then Anupalabdhe Arthe, Anupalabdhe Artha means which when we go, then only we will know, but right now we cannot visualize them, the intermediate lokas, even to reach there. And then Sadhya Sadhanayoho Abhi. See, the Sadhyam is variety of lokas. Sadhana is to reach to those lokas, what to do. Where are they all mentioned? In your own Vedas, which are your own expression. Is it not? Then such Vedas only you are rejecting by saying Guna dosha drusha is drushti. Guna dosha drushti is dosha. So by these type of things, saying Uddhava is enumerating in front of the Lord what he has understood about life, life's higher evolution, what is a evolved stage, and how to evolve, and where are those directions given. Very spashta. In fact, these five slokas is a big subject which very clearly tells the essence of Shastra, thereby the essence of evolution. Simply, it is what the Lord, who is the creator of the world alone, for all the jivas, has given the Shastra, which is his own knowledge, for clearly telling do's and don'ts. And for all jivas, don'ts are those when they are done, that person will devolve, fall down. And those are the guna having done which he evolves. This is how creation is there. This is how the Lord made the Shastra. Now, see, Pitrudeva Manushyanam Shreyahatu Anupalabde Arte Sadhya Sadhanayo Api Vedaha Chakshu Tava Ishwara. Veda ही मार्गदर्शक है इन सब के लिए. Now, final point. Guna dosha bhida drushti hi. The drushti of guna and dosha, nigamat. From the nigamat. They mean those nigama shastra, where they came from? From you. Nahi swataha. They don't have any independent expression. कौन सा गुण है कौन सा दोष है वो अपने आप लटक नहीं रहे हैं हवा में. कौन सा गुण है कौन सा दोष है शास्त्र में लिखा है और शास्त्र आपने दिया है. नो निगमेन अपवादश्च भिदाया इति भ्रमः. So one side, the nigama ukta gunadosha drushti. Another side, you are telling to do the apavada of the gunadosha drushti. Having heard these two totally opposite standpoints, itiha brahmaha. I am in confusion. Should I follow shastras and accordingly give up dosha and take up guna? Or follow you, what you said, forget about both guna and dosha? Iti me brahmaha. Then now Bhagwan doesn't answer it directly, but he gives such a guidance that when you thoroughly understand it, you get the answer to it. And in all our Shastras, though we are not at that very sublime level to see all those angles, but in all our Shastras, when a question is asked, at what level the question is asked by the disciple, Guru knows. Then he not only remove that question from the root, he also sees to it that the such type of questions or offshoots of that question should not come in the disciple. For that, what is the way the Guru, highly evolved Guru, gives answer? He keeps the question aside. First, he explains the entire theory. And in that explanation only, while giving so many things at one small place, he gives the answer to this also. Like in Gita. Should I fight or go? This is what Arjuna's question. That's what no. धर्म में युद्ध करो कि नहीं करो. तो युद्ध करो या ना करो, both of the answers. First thing is right or wrong. Second is, will they totally answer Arjuna's questions permanently and everybody's question? It's not a question of fighting or not fighting. It is an inner conflict. That's why Bhagavan never said in the beginning straight away, fight or don't fight. He first of all said about the absolute evolution. And who is the one who to evolve? You, the Jiva, to what? Your own Brahmasthiti. So to evolve in that way, life after the life, what you have to practice is Dharma. And now Dharma depends on where you are born, what are your gunas. Therefore, I am giving you where to reach and how to reach. Then in that, when I give that knowledge, now you are question, you only find the answer for it. And I will not be there without answering you, because you have addressed me the question. तो मैं कहता हूँ तस्माद् उत्तिष्ठ कौन्तेय युद्धाय कृतनिश्चयः. These are all my opinion, my answers to your question, because you ask me directly. नहीं पूछा तो मैं बताता हूँ, पूछा तो जरूर बताऊंगा. But finally my purpose is to give you only the knowledge. Then what to do, what not to do, not only in this occasion, but for all your life, you have to decide. Therefore, yathechasi tatha kuru. Because Krishna knows I gave his knowledge, he will not go wrong in his decision and action. Therefore, in life, whether some sukha dukkha comes, whether some activity comes, some problem comes, don't look at from a narrow standpoint. Look at from the total universal, universal standpoint and universal evolution standpoint and your own evolution standpoint. From that standpoint, when you think, you will get right answer. In a narrow vision, the answer may be right there, but in the long run, it is wrong. Like when India Pakistan division, when that fellows asked for separate country depending on their religion. Now, what should have been done there? Let every Muslim should go there, or else we will not give. If you had stand to that, this problem of in India, no, every pocket these fellows are there. Any time to pounce and trouble Hindus would have not happened. It's a narrow vision that is given, but long vision में problem हो रहा है अभी. हम नहीं कह रहे कि नहीं देंगे. You take, but let everybody go. This thing was not done. There were the wherever Muslims were there, they luxuriously stayed, and all the Hindus, lakhs and lakhs of them who were there in that given Pakistan, they were all killed or thrown or sent with so much of problem. देखो ये भयंकर पाप है वो. इसी जन्म में भगवान ने इसलिए गोली खिलाई. No, these are looks like controversial. What is a controversy? You are talking truth there. Narrow vision it was. Because see, any condition it may be. Because if I don't take quick decision, then British will not go, then I'll not get freedom. There is an ego. In my presence, the freedom should come. They're all very sublime things. So at one place, one decision taken, the long run में गलत होता है. All that is because of not having evolution as the goal. Keep evolution as a goal, and from that standpoint, when you think, you don't have wrong decisions. Anyway, उद्धवास प्रश्न क्या है कि शास्त्र जो आपने दिया उसमें ही विधि निषेध के रूप में गुण दोष का प्रसंग आया. वो करूं कि आप अभी कहते हो कि गुण दोष को छोड़ो. भगवान विल फर्स्ट आंसर बेटा, मैंने 3 जीवन मार्ग दिया हूं और तीनों का लक्ष्य एवोल्यूशन ही है. बट व्हाई द 3 थिंग्स गिवन डिपेंडिंग ऑन द नेचर ऑफ द पीपल. That's how he just starts. And then he explains these questions also are answered. Hmm. At one time, the right, like that Kisan ke jo bhi the, they were good, but then could not be understood by people. They appeared bad, we had to be withdrawn, and the whole party lost there. होता ही आपको आंखों के सामने. People will realize in their own time. इसलिए कभी कभी you can't even do good also in the present because people don't accept it. देखते रहना पड़ता है इसलिए. This very vichitra, this Maya. That is highly evolved Mahatmas, Gurus. They just do their work, that's it. More than that, they leave everything rest to the ईश्वर only. कोई अपने हाथ में नहीं लेते. हाथ में लिया फंस जाते. Anyway, what's the answer? Shri Bhagavan Vacha Yoga Hatraya Maya Prokta. देखो, by me the 3 yogas are spoken. Nunam Nishreyo Viditsaya. For the human beings, for what? For giving them Shreyas only. Jnanam karma bhakti. He asked about guna dosha, but he is saying about karma bhakti jnana. शास्त्र में कर्म के योग, भक्ति योग, ज्ञान योग ज्यादा बताया, not guna dosha. These fellows दृष्टि more on guna dosha, not on these paths. Then once you understand these three paths, automatically you will understand what is guna, what is dosha. We will see tomorrow very interesting answer. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hare Krishna Bhagavan की जय, भागवत महापुराण की जय, सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. आ जाओ अभी रामायण सुनेंगे, दो रामायण.